Traders, welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about an extremely important confluence that you must apply to your trading. Now, it doesn't matter what strategy you're trading, as long as you apply it, I can assure you the confluence itself will make a huge difference in your trading results. And that I call currency strength and weakness. So today I'm going to share with you 6 examples on how you can identify when the markets are showing that there is true signs of volume, and technically when you should be getting into the markets. Now, many traders think that they should jump in because of this pattern and that pattern and this and X, Y, and Z. Now, that could be true, but if you add a confluence and understand where the market is going, because the market is shifting in that direction at the same time, then the chances of you winning your trades are going to be extremely high. So join me in the charts and let's take a look at these 6 examples. Okay, traders, so we're over here on pound USD, and as you can see here, we're looking at this candle, which is on the 4-hour time frame, on Friday, the 31st of March, 2023 at 2 o'clock. Now, most of you should know this is the New York session or into the New York session. So we have a lot of volume in the markets in terms of London and New York combined side by side. Now, what I want you to notice here is that the structure of the market is currently bullish. So a lot of you might be saying to yourself, well, you know what, Rox, why are we looking at this 4H candle? Well, the truth of the matter is, guys, and this is a tip that you might want to take a note of and write down. You're in the markets for a period of, let's say, 2 hours a day, some of you 4 hours a day, some of you 8 hours a day. Now, if you look at this trend, it goes way back, but let's just start from here. We're looking, oh, okay, that's not the right one. Let's take a look at the right analysis here. Oh, screw it, who cares? Let's just go like this and like this. Let's go to the daily time frame. And this trend from this point, as you probably can see here, has been going up since the breakout. So let's just go from here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days. Okay, 13 days worth of uptrend. Higher lows, higher highs, continuing to push bullish, etc., etc. Now, I know they say trade with the trend or the trend is your friend, but I'm going to tell you something now. You're in the markets for a period of 2, 4, 8 hours a day. If you're going to be a trend trader, technically you're not an intraday trader, especially from a high time frame perspective. However, if you're an intraday trader, then you have to think about this. The only thing that you are technically trading for that 2, 4, or 8 hours are either a single 4H candle or 2 4H candles. And another little insight here, the 4H time frame, in my opinion, is the #1 time frame on this planet. I'm not going to go into a debate with anybody in the chats about this, but I'm telling you now, the 4H time frame is the best time frame. Now, if you're trading, let's say the 4H time frame, and that's where you're taking your entries, then of course you need the daily and the weekly, and you might use or trade the 4-hour trend or the high time frame trend. But most traders that follow my channel are intraday traders. And for that reason, I want you to start thinking about this. You want to be focusing on 4H candles. Now, how you trade that is entirely up to you. You could be supply and demand traders. You could be support resistance traders. You could be pattern traders. You can be Fibonacci traders. But I'm just telling you now, for the duration of most of the day for intraday traders, this is the candle we're trading. Now, why would we take sells here? Well, the first thing we've got to be looking at when we're looking at this 4H time frame is this. What is the anatomy of this candle? And as far as I'm concerned, it is currently created a top wick and is now pushing bearish. We also see multiple wick rejections at this area where prices fail to break above for a period of time, meaning that there's obviously sell resistance, and the bullish, the push to the upside is depleting. But that's not enough. Okay, we're in the right session. It's New York, into the New York session. We know there's volume, but how do we add confluence? Well, let's take a look at this. We can see the wicks formed and it's starting to turn bearish. Now, this candle is going to be open for 4 hours, so we've got time, but we need to add confluence to this. So let's head down to the hourly time frame here, and what can we see? So this candle's open at 2 o'clock, and let's just say for the first hour, we can see that it's resisted this area. It has attempted to push bearish, as you can probably see here. Didn't close strong enough bearish, but if we're to ask ourselves a question, Which direction is the market going? More often than not, we're going to say that it's resisting. However you want to call it, guys, support, resistance, supply, demand, smart money concepts, doesn't matter to me. It's all the same riffraff. Then I think we're going for sells. But let's not conclude there. Now that we've identified on Friday, 31st of March at 2 o'clock, the candle's created a wick and now we're pushing bearish, let's add a confluence. And this is where the currency strength or weakness comes into play and why it's so powerful. Let's take a look at another pair, GJ. Now look at GJ. We can see extremely, that doesn't make sense, but we can see some really clear similarities here, right? Price is failing to break. There's a depletion in this bullish sentiment and the bears are starting to step into the market. What do we see again? Well, we see that we've created a wick and now we're starting to turn bearish. Now we're starting to see the behavior. Pound is showing signs of weakness at this moment in time. Even though the trend is still up, pound is showing signs of weakness at this moment in time during the duration you're about to sit down and trade 2, 4, 8 hours. And what can we see here? Well, we can see the price is pushing bearish. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame and let's take a look at this. We're looking at the 2 o'clock candle. So this is the 1 till 2. So we can see here at this moment in time that price actually attempts to push bearish just like GU did, but it's closed bullish. But again, let's not just conclude there because currently the 4H candle is bearish, all right, at this black line. So let's say we accept that there at this moment in time, the market is not lining up so much on the lower time frames, but from a higher time frame perspective, at this black line, you can see that the 4H candle is bearish. On GU at this black line, let's go to the hourly, the 4H candle is bearish. Same here, price is failing to break. And again, whatever strategy you incorporate, now we could use patterns here, which is a double top, price is failing to break. We create a double top pattern and the shift in momentum is pushing bearish, continuing to add that confluence that we need, that pound is weak. Now, let's not stop there. Let's go to pound Aussie dollar. What can we see here again? Well, pretty much similar structure. Price is failing to break. As you can see, multiple wick rejections. The bulls attempted to push high, failed, and now they've rejected, and we're still closing below this level. Now you can see here, price is also pushing bearish at this black line. So now if we go to the hourly time frame and take a look at this, what can we see? Well, this is the 2 o'clock close. We have a bearish candle close here. Now, even if price is pushing bullish on this hourly candle, this black line represents the 4 hour candle still being bearish. So if we go back to GU, the black line represents, let's go to the 4 hour. The black line represents GU pushing bearish. GJ, the black line represents the 4 hour pushing bearish. And we go to pound Aussie dollar, the black line represents the 4 hour pushing bearish. We have 3 confluences. Include the levels where price is failing to break. We have 2 confluences. We also have, at this moment in time, consistency. Let's go to the 4 hour, excuse me. We have consistency in behavior, which is pound weakness. If I've not just mentioned that, can't remember. But the point is this, we're starting to see that pound is weak. We're failing to break the highs. And all at the same time, the 4 hour candles are pushing bearish. Now, if the candle's pushing bearish on 3 pairs at the same time, with the same similar structures, for the duration that you're about to trade, which direction do you think you should be trading? Well, clearly it's going to be bearish, right? Nothing else makes sense at this moment in time. And if you go to GU and you was to sell this, what would have happened? Well, let's take a look. From this black line, you can see that price pushed around 37 pips. On GJ, from this black line, you can see price pushed around 87 pips. And if we go to GA from this black line, you can see price has also pushed around 57 pips. Add that up, guys. 60 plus 85, 145, about 180 pips across the board. Now, if those confluences do not add confidence to your trading entries or the techniques that you're using, then I don't know what else is. Because if you're trading for 2, 4, 8 hours, the 4H candle is going to be your catalyst. If you just jump on the moving train, I can promise you guys, your trading is going to turn around for the better. Incredibly. And there's nothing more to think about. You can remove fear, you can remove doubt, you just jump on the moving train. Now, I'm not going to go into the entries and the techniques of this, but this is absolutely phenomenal. I have a trading concept that I teach, which is providing ridiculous amount of results. And just as a testament to that, in the last 3 weeks, or just over 3 weeks, I've had 24 traders pass their challenges and 4 funded traders in just over 3 weeks. Not trading specifically this, but a concept that derives from this. Now, I'm not here to teach you a strategy today, but I'm saying this is super powerful. If 24 traders and 3 funded traders can pass their challenges, or 4 funded traders can pass their challenges and get funded in less than 4 weeks using this this confluence, then it will work for you. I can promise you that. Now, let's take a look at our final example. We're going to take a look at Aussie dollar USD. Now, what I want you to notice here, guys, we're going to look at Aussie dollar USD, Aussie dollar JPY, and Aussie dollar CAD. Okay. So what I want to look at here is the 3rd of April at 6 o'clock. So here's the 3rd of April at 6 o'clock. What can we see here? We can see price is failing to break. Now we can see price created a bottom wick and is now pushing bullish. If we go to the hourly time frame, you can see here that at 7 o'clock, or the 6 till 7 candle, we're still holding this level. And then the 7 o'clock open candle is now pushing bullish. Remember, this black line represents the 4H time frame. So we have a depletion in that bearish sentiment, price holding this level, and we also have a bullish momentum shifting in our direction. If we take a look at Aussie dollar JPY on the 3rd of April at 6 o'clock, which is this candle here, what can we see? Well, we don't necessarily see price sitting at a level, but that's not important, right? Because we're trading between the duration of a 4H candle, which is 2 or 4 hour periods. So we're just focused on the 4H candle. As you can see here at this black line, this is where the 4H candle is bullish. If we go over to the hourly time frame, you can see here this is a 6 till 7 close. And then the 7 till 8 candle you can see here is pushing bullish. At this black line, remember, is the 4H candle that is currently pushing bullish. Now, if we go over to Aussie dollar CAD, you can see here on the 3rd of April at 6 o'clock, you can see here that price is also pushing bullish at this black line. And if you go to the hourly time frame, you can see the 6 till 7 close, and then the 7 candle open is now pushing bullish in momentum. The black line represents the 4H candle. What's the similarities here? Well, you can see here at 6 o'clock, we have Aussie dollar showing signs of strength, and we have price pushing bullish at this black line. On Aussie dollar JPY, we can see here Aussie dollar strength, and you can see price pushing bullish at this black line. And then if we go over to Aussie dollar CAD, you can see at 6 o'clock, price pushing bullish at this black line. And as you can see, from Aussie dollar USD, we have 32 pips over here. We have 40 pips over here. And over here, we have 90 pips. Now, if you're coming into the market with a 10, 15 pip stop loss, and you got 90 pips for the taking across the board, and even with Aussie dollar pairs, to be honest with you, you should be trading with around 6, 7 pip stop loss, 8 maximum. Don't you think you can also utilize your edge, which is your risk to reward, and go for those 1 to 3s? And who's even saying you need to close out? I mean, look at Aussie dollar USD. You buy here and you hold. Aussie dollar JPY, you buy here, you hold. Aussie dollar CAD, you buy here and you hold. Now, some of you might be saying, well, Rox, this doesn't happen all the time. Well, you're damn right, it doesn't happen all the time. But neither does your strategy work all the time. Neither does anybody's strategy work all the time. But if you're consistent with the confluences that do work during the duration that you're trading, then don't you think if they're consistent and you're consistent with your plan, that you will eventually get consistent results. It's just the name of the game. You got to be patient. You got to be disciplined. You got to be consistent. You got to avoid doing dumb shit. It's that simple. So the power of currency strength and weakness is absolutely incredible. And as you can see here, we have the weakness of the pound and the power of behavior shifting in our direction. The same here, the same here, the same here, the same here, and the same here. Now, again, it doesn't matter what strategy you're using, as long as you add this confluence to your trading, I can promise you traders, it's going to change the game forever. Just be patient and wait for things to line up, and the world's your oyster. Anyway, I hope this video was useful to you guys. And if it was, make sure you hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on notifications for when I next post a video. And until next time, take care. Wait, let's do that again. Until next time, trust the process.